election as well. Now we move on to Tanzania. Tanzania's Prime Minister Samia Suluhu Hassan has promised to investigate violence during last month's elections and offered condolences to families affected by the clashes. She has said that the government would set up a commission to examine the causes of the unrest and work towards reconciliation and peace. The main opposition party, Chadema, has claimed security forces killed more than 1,000 people, while the UN said it believes hundreds died during protests driven by the exclusion of opposition candidates and a crackdown on dissent, which the government has dismissed. In her first address to Parliament since winning the October 29th election with nearly 98% of the vote, Hassan has called for a moment of silence for the victims and directed authorities to review cases of young people arrested on treason charges, asking that charges be dropped for those who acted without harmful intent. Let's listen into what Samia Suluhu has shared.
Serikali imeahidi kuanza kulifanyia kazi suala la mabadiliko ya katiba ndani ya siku 100 za muhula wa pili wa awamu ya 6 kwa kuanza na tume ya usuluhishi na maelewano. Mheshimiwa Spika, tunapozungumzia umoja wa kitaifa tunaongozwa na uwepo wa tunu ya muungano wetu. Hivyo basi, kuhudumisha, kuimarisha na kuenzi muungano wetu kutaendelea kuwa kipaumbele cha serikali tunayoiunda. Tutaendelea kuchukua hatua madhubuti kuhakikisha tunatatua changamoto za muungano kila zinapojitokeza.
Now for this discussion, we welcome back Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at Hudson Institute, joins us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Doctor, for staying with us. Doctor, what is your analysis on the credibility of her taking office with 98% of support?
98% is if you have 10 friends, all of the 10 say same opinion. This is not natural. Of course, not natural. So 98% indicate that this is not fair election. One of the reasons is, of course, in the election, the governmental side prohibits a major opposition party join this election. So that's why, of course, there is no rival in the election. But 98 is very high, so that's why this is not only one reason. There are some systems this president used, and this number is achieved, but this number indicates that this is not a fair election. So that's why the opposition parties claim this is not a fair election is, of course, logical view from this number. But at the same time, the view from the remark from the president's side, he believes he is winning, I think. So because of this, he tried to say a little bit concession, try to promise to save something for the opposition supporters, something like that has happened. But anyway, the view from this, 98%, it is not natural to achieve this.
Yes, indeed. And with that in mind, how might President Samia Suluhu Hassan's promise to investigate post-election violence impact the credibility of Tanzania's democratic institutions? Do you think it changes anything, as we know there's something fishy about her winning with 98%?
Yeah, it will not change because 98%, such kind of the number is she believe. Of course, there is no reason to change it. And of course, there is a possibility that there is no strong opposition in the election, I think. So that's why there is no reason for governmental side to change it, to just say to maintain their power. And in this case, maybe a little bit systematic cracking down could happen because of the power, because of the government side do not have the will to hold a fair election, means that they do not have the will to respect the democracy, respecting the freedom or expression or something like that, because they believe they must win, and method is not matter. So that's why we cannot expect they will do something good to respect free election and as a good democratic situation. View from this view from this situation. Just remark is a little bit beautiful on surface. That is only surface, I think.
And lastly, Dr. Satoru, what role could international organizations like the UN play in supporting or monitoring Tanzania's response to these allegations and also electoral violence?
Recently, the international organization's power is indeed relatively weak. So United Nations say, of course, they concern the situation, and they worry about the fair level of the election, of course. But at the same time, simply I don't care is the response from the Tanzania side, I think, because recently, in many places in the world, the same situation has happened. Power of the international organization like United Nations is very weak, because without the strong powers, indeed, United Nations cannot work. So that's why we cannot expect the United Nations will work very well in Tanzania and other places also.
With that, I would like to thank Dr. Satoru Nagao for joining us today and sharing that insight throughout our news. Thank you very much. Now moving on, according to a statement by Mali's media